I've redone this video. I've restarted this video like 3 different times in the last 30 minutes. I get several minutes in and I'm like, no, that sounds rubbish. I need to restart it because I'm not getting my point across successfully. And at the end of the day, I just, you know what? I figured I don't care. I'm just gonna speak to you guys like I've done in the past. The MMO genre right now is in probably the worst state it has ever been in. And it is really disheartening to see. Gran Saga failed horrifically and shut down within, what, like 2 months of release. Odin Valhalla Rising released, everyone disliked that. Tarisland released, everyone abandoned that like day 1 after the time-gated content, after it felt legitimately like World of Warcraft but for mobile. Road and Liberty launched. Most of the MMO community disliked that. We had the Chrono Odyssey beta most recently, and that left a lot of people very, very disappointed, and that disappointment was entirely warranted. I felt the same way, and it's just, earlier today, as an example, this is what spawned this entire thing, this entire video. Earlier today, I posted a video. It was just a few hours ago, actually. It was on Ballatores. This is a medieval action, upcoming 2026, fully PC, maybe console, cross-platform MMO. No mobile functionality at all. We saw a trailer detailing combat. We saw the trailer, the dev diaries specifically documenting all the different stages of development, all these different things that they're including in it and improving before release, because it is scheduled for 2026. They have a beta coming in, what, like this month, at the end of the month. And the comment section, not just for this video, but for videos I've done on 3 different MMOs that are coming that nobody really knew about, and even my Chrono Odyssey and MRSSTIX, my wife's Chrono Odyssey video. Let me read to you some of these comments. We still hoping for a good MMORPG. We won't get one. We will not get one. Sure, the next MMO, yes. Let's hope it's not another scam. After playing Chrono Odyssey and seeing trailers versus gameplay, I'm never gonna be excited for a game I haven't touched yet again. This has 11 likes so far. It'll come out and it'll fail within a week like all the other cookie cutter Korean MMOs that have released. MMO genre needs to go in another direction. Action, combat, and good MMOs just don't go together. Yay, another last gen MMO that isn't gonna make it whoop whoop. Oh boy, why are devs burning money for meh products? I went back to Final Fantasy XIV for my MMO itch. Just another MMO that will die and be forgotten. Korean MMOs means dead game after 3 to 6 months, and making new MMO cash grabs the same way. Time will answer for you. Honestly, I don't trust any MMOs that are coming next, but sure, I'll try it if I can. I think Chrono Odyssey finally killed people's hype for any MMORPG that hasn't been played and tested yet, at least for the next few years. Man, I can't wait for the plethora of bugs, unbalanced everything, and my favorite, the mounds and mounds of unnecessary microtransactions and pay-to-win mechanics. After Chrono Odyssey, I don't trust anything that isn't actual gameplay. It's a Korean MMO, that means it's more than likely not going to look good. 99% will be a pay-to-win in disguise, so must not get hyped. Korean MMOs are soulless grinding unless you're willing to use the ultimate cash or the ultimate credit cards. I've already lost hope with MMOs, especially for ones made with Stutter Engine 5. Like, dude, it is unbelievable. These are just a handful of comments. There are hundreds, legitimately hundreds, in the last 2 weeks alone. Thousands over the last few months. I've gone on Reddit, I've gone on Twitter, I've made tweets, I'm a part of several MMO communities, and the general consensus, as much as I hate to admit it, is that after Chrono Odyssey I think did irreparable damage to the genre. Not that it can't come back from this, it most definitely can, and that's not to say Chrono Odyssey is a bad game, but what they showed us and what we got was such a contrasting difference that ultimately people have finally been burned one too many times. Now, hype for MMOs, new MMOs, is at an all-time low. People just aren't really excited anymore. And after playing the content creator test environment for Chrono Odyssey and being as arguably disappointed as I was, MRSSSTIX, she did a video and she wasn't as disappointed as me. She had a lot of issues with it, definitely, and she found or had very significant criticisms of the game, but she wasn't as critical of it as I was. I would have rated the beta like a 3 out of 10 because it was really unfinished, but I personally was beyond understandably disappointed with that. And I, like many of you, are at a point where I feel like the genre is just pushing out, and this also applies to upcoming MMOs like Ashes, like Ion 2, like the ArcAge, whatever they're calling themselves now, like ArcAge Chronicles, the Riot MMO. This applies to every single MMO. People are getting, or they were at the very least getting excited, but as time continues to go on, we continue to get more and more disappointed. Before we go any further, I do want to take a moment here to thank all of my incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are absolutely phenomenal, and I genuinely cannot thank you all enough for the support. Every new MMO that has released since I think Lost Ark has flopped horrifically, and like I'm really excited for Blue Protocol Star Resonance. That's why I'm still actively covering it on this channel. I played the Chinese beta test for it twice. I'm gonna be playing the global beta test for it. I've dedicated videos coming on it, but even Blue Protocol Star Resonance, I think, is going to underperform and underwhelm people. Not because it's a bad game, it's actually probably the most fun I've had in an MMO in a while. Like recently I played Crystal of Outlawn. Man, that was a disappointment. I left that in like 48 hours, less than 48 hours, because of how horribly predatory it was, even though it was ultimately at the same time kind of a fun game. But I think even Blue Protocol Star Resonance is going to underperform because people have this expectation now. You need to be an incredible MMO to redirect attention away from the currently established existing monoliths of the genre. So right now we have Guild Wars 2, great game. Black Desert Online, 10 years later, still has yet to be dethroned in terms of combat, in terms of graphics. Throne and Liberty missed the mark. Really missed the mark there. Then we have Final Fantasy XIV, the second biggest MMO in the genre. And then we have World of Warcraft. These are games that have decades of content, so much life to them, so much polish, and every MMO right now just, they give us this beautiful, shiny trailer, and we're all just like, wow, it looks so good. And then we play it, and it's just like, what happened? Like, we're at a point now, genuinely, where gacha games are producing trailers, high quality game trailers, and then releasing high quality products. Wuthering Waves, which is the gacha game that is playing in the background, has absolutely redefined gacha and redefined cross-platform PC mobile gaming. This game is now better looking than the vast majority of MMOs coming out. It looks better than Chrono Odyssey. It looks better than Blue Protocol Star Resonance. It looks better than Dungeon Fighter Overkill. These games are just, they are so much fun, and they're incredibly casual. You can play them for 5 minutes or 5 hours. There are constant updates, so many things to see and do. And you know, that isn't to say that they're better than MMOs like WoW or Final Fantasy XIV. A lot of people, they're not. No, what it is saying is that nowadays, games like this, games like Zenless Zone Zero, are actually better than the MMO alternatives. That players now are just not excited for MMOs, and it's like it's surreal to be in this genre for 8 entire years creating content and to see it just continue to stagnate. The pool of content creators is decreasing. The overall viewership for MMO videos and MMO content creators is decreasing. New MMOs get announced. People go, it's gonna EOS in like a year. Gameplay looks crap. Graphics look crap. And that's all true. Because at the end of the day, like, you know, in a lot of instances, it's true. It's sad, and I don't see, I genuinely hope I'm wrong, but I just don't see it getting better. I really don't. It's so sad because I'm covering all these new MMOs. I'm doing new videos on all these MMOs, and like so few people are actually excited for them. I don't like. I'm not gonna stop covering them. I don't want to leave the genre. I know a lot of us don't want to leave the genre, but there really isn't a lot going on right now, especially for those of us that are disappointed with like Final Fantasy XIV's Dawn Trail expansion, have finished all the War Within content in WoW and don't play really any other MMOs. It's a barren wasteland, and there really isn't anything in the immediate future that looks like that'll really make a change. I mean, Blue Protocol, sure, I'll enjoy that for a week, maybe a month, however long it takes to get through all the content, but like maybe Dungeon Fighter Overkill as well. Again, if there's one thing that this Chrono Odyssey debacle has taught us, it is that nowadays people are going to look at trailers for MMOs and go, nope. Although actually, no, I do take that back. I am excited still for 2 upcoming MMOs. 2 that I genuinely do think have the potential to redefine the genre, to actually make a dent, and to have some form of substance. I have 2 videos on those coming up over the next month. I would strongly urge you to take a look at those, or to at the very least wait for those. But what do you think? Are people, is everyone just kind of losing hope? Are people now looking at MMOs and just completely writing them off? Is that what you're doing? I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment, so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you're not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.